I was right where Harrison Ford was. I snuck my way on there somehow, and I was like, I'm gonna get in trouble, but I'm gonna get an amazing behind-the-scenes shot.
He can definitely just get those shots without you ever even really noticing that he's there.
And this red robot walks by. That was a stunt person in a costume.
Oh my gosh.
If you look close, you can see her.
Hi, welcome everyone. It's another episode of Millennial Falcon. I'm the Millennial Falcon. I'm also Jenny. The show is Millennial Falcon, and it's me. Today I have David and James from Ghost Light.
That's right. I just got the pun of your show.
What is it?
I don't know what millennial means really.
But the Falcon's in it, so there's a joke. It's fun.
So why are you guys here?
We were invited to come here. Should we leave?
What's your relevance to Star Wars?
Well, we like Star Wars, but we also got to work on it a little bit.
Yeah, I understand that you shot behind the scenes stuff for 7 and 8. And you probably saw a lot on set for episode 8. So you know all the secrets.
We know secrets, but we're not supposed to say we know any secrets.
That's perfect, because today our
We don't
interview
know.
is going to be you sharing everything that happens in episode 8.
No.
I don't think we got that email.
Yeah, we didn't get that. That's
Yeah.
not what we were.
Well, you can talk about it, right?
We could
We
talk
will.
about that. We can't talk about it.
We can.
Wait, you can't tell me what happened in episode 8?
No. We could tell you that we worked on it.
But that was the whole reason that I brought you here.
Oh.
I guess we'll figure out some other stuff to talk about instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
let's just talk about you guys being on set.
Okay.
I don't know how long we'll be able
Second-
to keep it going.
Let's just give it a try.
So what makes you guys decide what's like film worthy? Like what makes you go, oh, this should be in the behind the scenes reel?
You kind of got to focus on what makes that movie
Yeah.
special. So I wanted to focus on things like the blaster props, or building the Millennium Falcon when there was no accurate blueprints from the original, and they had to 3D design and print all those junk that in the original they probably just found at a junkyard
exactly.
and throw on the set, and you realize,
Yeah.
wow, this is an accurate, painstakingly recreated replica of a piece of junk set.
I
And
feel like if you
recreated
have
it.
a messy ship that's full of like random junk, 20 years later it wouldn't have the same random junk.
They made some changes. I don't know
Okay.
all the stuff they added, but I know that they took some of those panels off the walls because it's been in someone else's hands for 20
Exactly.
years, and
There were
they,
some
they
modifications.
definitely made it
Even if it was
dirtier.
all Han all those years, you'd think he'd be like, I'm not gonna have this same colander in the place where it was 20 years ago.
You know what? The coffee maker belongs over here.
Yeah, it doesn't
They made
have to live
some
in the
changes
same
for sure,
space.
and I think some things got cut out, but there's some devices in the console that weren't there
the
before.
fans are gonna watch
Little
for.
updates. We definitely wanted to show off things that you thought would be done in a computer, but some craftsmen actually spent a few months building. We wanted to
Yeah.
show off the crew's hard work.
Yeah, that makes
that'd be one
sense. So
thing.
people can like actually appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we try to focus on stuff people don't expect, like James said.
We want a fan to go like, oh, I didn't know they did it that way.
Yeah.
Like there's a scene where they're walking up to Maz's castle, and this red robot walks by. I'm sure everyone assumes it's CG, but that was a stunt person in a costume that they made, and they had a safety cable, so if she fell over,
Oh my gosh.
if you look close, you can see her.
Yeah.
You can see her legs hidden among the junk. And I thought that was amazing that they go
Yeah.
through the lengths to get stuff that's physically there. I mean, it helps everybody. It helps the actors, and definitely helps behind the
It
scenes
doesn't
footage
look terrible
cool.
in 5 years.
It looks
it
awesome in
looks
real
it
life.
holds up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the puppeteers who are driving BB-8, they decide, I would keep looking at this thing.
Yeah.
As opposed to, a tennis ball and a stick, where you might just drive past it.
Yeah, like it's actually something to play off of
Yeah.
for the actors. What was like your big fan moment on the set?
We did our 11-hour flight, and we landed. We went straight to the studio, and we got a tour. And the first thing we toured was the Millennium Falcon set. So we walked up the ramp.
Oh man.
And we walked in there, and James and the nice lady taking us on a tour, I just sort of stopped behind, like trying not to tear up, but it was really hard not to.
All the lights were off, and there was
awesome.
junk everywhere, and it was kind of disassembled, but it didn't matter.
Did you touch everything?
Just kind of like with my face.
Yeah, no,
just rubbed
did
my
you?
face
No,
The
all
first
over
thing
the
was the
coffee.
pads, like in the hallway, and they're rigid. They're like tough foam.
Like
You-
rock
you
hard.
touched
I
them.
thought they were gonna be pillowy.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like they would be.
But they're sculpted out of foam, and they wanted to have a certain look, and I guess you can't control pillow.
So which locations were you at? Were you primarily the soundstage for 7?
Mostly
or?
London.
Pinewood Studios, a little bit of
Nice.
on-location stuff.
So
that's
what was in there? Millennium Falcon, obviously. The snow
Falcon,
set for the forest
destroyed
fight.
castle.
Oh, okay.
So when the stormtroopers attack,
Yeah,
That
Maz's.
big battlefield.
That's
Maz's
cool. I
castle.
didn't even realize that was a soundstage.
there's the Rathtar.
Well, that was actually at Pinewood Studios, but
But it was
they had an
outside?
underground set on a soundstage where
What?
where she finds the lightsaber.
Yeah.
And then they have the destroyed battlefield, which is outside on their back
Yeah.
lot.
That's
You
sick.
have to wait for
But
the
it's all
rain.
styrofoam.
I remember I was there for the moment when Han Solo says, "Chewie, we're home."
Were
and
you?
I knew that was going to be a huge moment for fans,
Yeah.
and I really wanted to capture it well. And because it's a tiny set, and it's very hard to find your way in, and they're very secure about Harrison Ford is here, and he needs his eye lines clear. You don't get in the way of any actor's eye lines. I snuck my way on there somehow, and I was like, I'm going to get in trouble, but I'm going to get an amazing behind-the-scenes shot. I was right where Harrison Ford was. The camera was here, and I panned from JJ saying action, the camera pushing in. My face basically went around the corner, was like this. Sorry.
Right in Harrison's eye line.
But he didn't mind, and he did it several takes, and I got a gorgeous shot, and I panned back to Jeddy, who said, Han Solo on the Millennium Falcon. And then I just walked home crying. It was raining too.
Unrelated.
Yeah, I was just walking home from that day because it was just an amazing day. And
it's a rough day for you. Oh, it was happy tears.
It was happy tears.
That's good. So what about sets you were on for episode 8? Were you on set the day they blew up the Rebel base set?
All of episode 8 is shot on a green screen set about this big.
Oh, okay, just like the prequels.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
That felt so right in the prequels.
Yeah.
Did you guys get to interview the 7 actresses that play the Knights of Ren?
I worked on 8. I was in pre-production, where they're designing characters and aliens.
Okay, so you got to see the design of human Snoke.
And I got to go to the island where they were shooting scenes on the island.
The island where Kylo fights Rey and cuts her hand off?
There, the crew was there on
That
the island,
island,
and there were actors on the island. The first set we walked on that was being shot was where
that was
Daisy
happening.
and Kylo were fighting in the snow. So we looked at the snow for a set, which was huge. I really wanted an overhead shot of them fighting in the snow. So I got permission from all the safety guys to go up there with my camera, and they said, "Don't put your camera over the edge." I said, "No, of course not." I went up there and immediately put my camera over the edge because I got
Dropped
this
it
great
right on
overhead
Adam
shot.
Driver.
Well, I did this dumb thing
Which is
where
how
I put
they
my
did the scar
That's how you
thing.
got the
That's where the
scar.
scar came
We'll
from.
write it in.
Well, Daisy does that.
I did this thing
Okay.
where I put my name tag over the camera thinking it's a last resort sort of thing. And of course it's an easy release snap off thing. So it just pulled my name tag, which fell down onto the set. And I thought the worst thing I could have dropped. And
Yeah, because
my
we'll know
brother found
exactly
it.
who dropped it.
But my brother found it. They just build so much for real. They built all those trees. And they could have put a blue screen behind that, but they put a painting of more trees. And that takes people and skill and talent.
Like actual
But you stand
practical
there,
effect.
And you stand there and you look at it, and it looks amazing.
Yeah.
And you may have to ask around for what it was, but they may have painted some things in the tree bark on those paintings.
Really?
So maybe there's a Yoda in the bark of one
What?
tree,
Yeah.
and then a Darth Vader, and then some inappropriate
so
things.
weird.
over
They're
here.
definitely inappropriate.
It's like when you, oh my gosh.
They painted who Rey's parents are in the bark.
Okay, we're gonna play a
think-
game, you guys.
Oh, we're gonna play a
We're
game.
gonna play a fun game.
Is it
See, I have
let's-
all these action figures around me?
Is the game called Let's Get Them to Talk About Episode 8?
No,
Okay.
No, it's just a
Then
fun
we can
game.
play that game.
Here, look at this pile of toys. Okay, we can decide who we're gonna play as. I thought
Okay.
I would be BB-8. That makes sense, right?
Okay.
And then you
Dave's
can be
clearly
the
Rey.
Last Jedi. So pick your action figure. And you can be
Boba
Rey's
Fett. The answer is
dad.
Boba Fett.
You can be Rey's dad if you want.
This could be a stand-in for The Last Jedi.
Okay.
I'm Rey's dad.
It's an interesting choice. Whoa, he looks just like her.
Yeah,
This
the
isn't.
resemblance is uncanny.
This is not working out the way
Where's
I
his
wanted.
scar? Is this pre-scar?
Yeah, this is pre-scar, but also the toy took on some damage, so it looks like he walked through a briar patch. So we're gonna just play a fun game, okay?
I'm
Beep,
sorry,
beep, beep.
Daisy. I'm not
Beep,
gonna
beep,
do an
beep,
impression of you.
Hello. Beep beep beep.
What's up, BB-8?
Who is Snoke? What is his real name, Ray?
Snoke.
Not allowed to talk about that.
Snoke's my master.
Oh,
Oh, we
isn't
already knew
working.
that.
My master is CG.
forget it. Never mind.
Can I still play with Rey?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, but you clearly want her.
I do.
Okay.
It's my toy. Did you guys ever see any moment on set where something went horribly wrong?
We didn't see the moment where Harrison got hurt, but when we were refilming that scene and we were all kind of done and it's like, okay, we can all go now. And they said, okay, let's close the door. And Harrison Ford said, wait, I'll tell you when I'm on the street.
Oh my gosh.
Harrison Ford's the funniest guy.
It's very
We
funny.
were shooting a scene in the Rathtar sequence where there's a bunch of spark hits going off for laser blast or whatever action was happening. And
they're
this guy was
passing
going
out.
around with earplugs. So anyone want earplugs?
yeah.
He goes like, I'll take 2 of those. He takes 2 of them, he goes, pops them in his mouth and walks away. Everyone's
laughing.
And he totally straight faced goes like, these are good.
Oh my god.
Keeps going.
He's really good at dry humor because he's
Yeah.
an amazing actor.
I think it's time to play a fun game.
I really hope it's about episode 8.
No, it's actually a totally different game.
You haven't even asked us who Rey's father is.
Who's Rey's father?
Can't tell you.
Can't tell you that.
This game is called?
Mostly because we don't know.
Oh, so you don't find out in episode 8?
Uh,
I'm just gonna be silent and let you keep filling the silence.
Did you like Star Wars? Episode 7's pretty cool.
Episode 8's gonna be cool.
Yes. Oh, it is?
What?
Oh, you did it.
What's your favorite part?
What time is it?
We're gonna play a game called Cut It Out or Leave It In. And I'm gonna give you some hypothetical scenarios that you see in your footage. You're gonna decide if it makes it to the behind the scenes reel. Situation number 1. J.J. Abrams accidentally says out loud on camera the exact identity of Snoke and explains his motivations.
Leave it in because if it's behind the scenes, people have already watched the movie. Now they're watching bonus features on the
So
Blu-ray.
we do find out in episode 8. That's
It's actually our number one reason to calm people down. We'll film them and they say like, I don't know if I can say this. We'll say, the fans have seen the movie. This is on the Blu-ray. Now they can watch behind the scenes.
Okay, scenario number 2. A cast or crew member who is rude to you trips and falls.
Oh, leave it in.
Leave it in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Leave it in.
Even though they're bleeding horribly from their head?
Well, they're getting help. Someone will help
They're
them.
not.
It's not my job to
They
help them.
keep
It's my
pointing
job
to
to
you
document.
into the camera and saying, "You
They're reaching out to me.
help me." And you can see the
On
camera
my
just
way.
still and zooming in silently.
Do it
I
again,
would walk
please.
over.
One more
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
I would ask them how they feel. Tell me about your pain.
This is dark.
Yeah.
You turn to the dark side in episode 8.
Yeah.
When you fell.
Help me make my documentary better. Tell me about
So
your
you
pain.
would both leave it in.
Yeah, it's
That's
interesting.
cold.
Yeah.
Okay, you have a really good quality interview with one of the film's stars where they say some great quips. It's going very naturally, but you're reviewing the footage later and you realize that there's some crew member in the background just wandering back and forth behind the shot, weeping exaggeratedly to themselves. Like just an expression of anguish, tears streaming down their face, and every couple seconds they go, "Oh God, why?"
So
Just
I think leave it in.
Leave it in?
I'm a visual
Would
effects
you
compositor.
pixelate out the weeping crew
You
member?
could blur it. You could do that. And
You
that,
couldn't get rid
I
of
think
the
that's
sound.
a little distracting.
That might make it scarier.
Yeah, that'd be a little distracting. I would just replace them with a bush.
Okay,
walks
but
back
the
and
audio
forth.
is still there.
Yeah, like a crying bush back and forth. It's a little
Okay.
less distracting.
Yeah.
I think slowly zoom past your subject in on him.
Okay,
Focus in on
that's
that,
the
yeah.
real drama.
That's the
Yeah.
real story.
That's
over
the
there.
part you want to keep. You don't even care about the interview.
You can have the Star Wars score slowly sour.
Yeah, exactly.
And
It
fade
goes
out
to
some-
minor key
Get
and
echoey.
gets all discordant
distant.
and stuff. Yeah.
The picture goes black and white and little contrasts. Yeah.
Well, you guys won.
Yay.
You got 5
What do we win?
points and you got 6 points.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, that game was so fun.
That was fun.
It's almost time for you guys to get out of my house. But before you leave, I thought we could watch the behind the scenes footage that we have of this episode.
Oh.
Yeah, we have the whole behind the scenes reel to show all of our fans what went into making this behind the scenes episode.
Oh.
Behind the scenes of behind the scenes of behind the scenes of Star Wars.
You put that together already?
Yep, I've had the footage since before you got here. It's already edited. Let's watch it right now. Look over there at that television.
Oh yeah, when Julie calls you to be on your show, you never. Is Jen? Sorry, let's take it again. Jenny. When Jenny calls you to be on the show, it's something you don't turn down. It's just an honor. Yeah, we worked on Star Trek and Star Wars, but what's better than like a fan Star Wars show?
Yeah. You only get that opportunity so often.
I find it's good to meditate for a minimum of 4 hours before we begin filming. I don't like anyone to approach me. I need my quiet space to get into that headspace for the work I'm about to do.
Jenny was not mean to us at all. She was very, very nice the whole time, and she definitely doesn't have blackmail on us at all.
Very
Good answer.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad.
Most of the questions I prepared for this episode were about episode 8. Who dies in episode 8? What's the best scene in episode 8? What's the ending of episode 8?
It was rather perplexing that we kept getting asked about episode 8.
Well, you can talk about it, right?
We could talk about that, we can't talk about it. It took quite a few rejections before she got it, and she still didn't get it.
Beep, beep, beep.
What's up, BB-8?
Who is Snoke?
Told her not to ask about 8.
Yeah, we're not allowed to. Have we made that clear? We're not allowed to talk about 8?
I thought they had a pretty stuck-up attitude. Very much divas, difficult to work with. In an interview, you're supposed to answer any questions that you're asked.
I wouldn't say there was a particular question that made us uncomfortable, more just like an overall presence of Jenny is kind of unnerving.
It's almost time for you guys to get out of my house.
I kind of wondered if, when she said you're in my house, if she actually thought she was in her house.
It's clearly a studio.
Jenny does actually live here.
She does, okay. That clears it up.
Yeah, there's her nest.
I think the interview went extremely well. I mostly attribute that to myself and my ability to save any situation and make really good content from it.
We try really hard in behind the scenes to blend in and be invisible, but also be close to the action. And whatever his name is, the behind the scenes guy, he was really good.
Ryan, I actually found he was a street performer. I found him juggling and I said, "Can you operate a camera?" And he said, "I don't think so." And I said, "Let's try." This is what Kylo Ren does. So we're gonna play our Star Wars game with the Star Wars characters. He can definitely just get those shots that are so detailed, so integral to what's going on in the episode, without you ever even really noticing that he's there.
I really just try to get people's heads and bodies within the frames. Like, that's kind of what Jenny taught me.
So definitely blends in, definitely doesn't intrude into the moment. He just captures silently and stealthily.
That's a blow you can.
I don't know, it's a paycheck. I mean, I could be flipping a burger or turning on a camera, it's the same thing.
He was just, he was like a ninja.
Yeah.
It's very hard to spot.
Working with Jenny is like working with your best friend. She's almost like a sister to me. She's my neighbor for a long time, then we ended up going to college together. I know her so well that I could like think of her moves before she does it. It's a natural instinct for me.
Did you just say JT?
JTE.
JTE. I don't think I know who that is.
You've seen him. He's in the booth right next to you.
He's booth guy?
Yeah.
What?
You're my emergency contact here.
He doesn't even look familiar to me. I'm sorry. He's not listening to this interview, is he?
Yeah, he's like...
Can you hear this in the booth?
No.
I don't think he can hear us. I think we're fine.
It was a wonderful experience. You know, we do many interviews like this, and there's no one like Jenny.
Julie.
No,
it's Jenny.
Jenny.
It's Jenny.
Whatever.
Wow, that was so interesting, seeing everything that goes into a Millennial Falcon episode.
Yeah, it was well put together. Considering the time you had to put it together, that was really...
Yeah, there's so much that I didn't realize was practical effects and real sets. It's just incredible to see. That's it's kind of the whole episode. So.
Okay.
You hardly asked about episode 8.
Oh, did you want to talk about it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
We can talk about that.
Well, if you guys can't really talk about episode 8, I guess you can just go.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Is this gonna be on the cutting room floor? Is this
Yeah, we're not gonna
bonus
even air this
episode?
episode. We'll put it on the Blu-ray or something.
Yeah, no one watches the Blu-rays.
Okay, you guys can go now.
Thank you.
I'm gonna talk about my comments now in the airing of general grievances. And these guys are leaving.
We're leaving.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
Okay.
We're still sort of...
We tried to tell you.
Bye. Okay, it's time for your general grievances. We're gonna hear from the comments section. Let's see what we've got this week. This is from Maboo's Testament. And he says, "I'm a simple man. I see Jenny's new video, I press like and then watch it." Thank you for not waiting to see if it's actually good. I definitely need this for our stats. So yeah, please always hit like before you watch it and then navigate away quickly before you can change your mind. It's the best strategy for these. All right, let's go to the next one. This is from Adam Harris, who says, "Jenny is actually a pretty mean person, it seems like. Like when that guy said he loved BB-8 and she was like, 'You're creepy and are trying to manipulate me' in that one vid. I paraphrased. I don't know why there are so many comments about how I'm mean. I'm always so courteous with the guests. I'm so nice to everyone that I interview. I don't really know where that's coming from. I think everything always goes really well on these." Well, let's see the next comment. It says, "Jenny, what do you think about Attack of the Clones? And what do you like most or worst of it? By the way, it's my favorite Star Wars movie." Who left this comment? It's from Obi-Wan Kenobi. Okay, Obi-Wan, I know why you're asking. Just always fishing for compliments. Yeah, Obi-Wan, it was great. He asks this every time that I see him. Yeah, I loved it. You did a great job, okay? Is that what you want to hear? All right, well, thanks for dropping by, Obi. Thanks for being a loyal viewer. Thank you, everyone, for your comments. If you leave a great comment, we might read it on the next episode, but we only have 3 to pick, so it probably won't happen statistically. But keep watching, keep commenting, and that's it. That's the whole episode. Yep. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.